a business between the government and the people of Dubai, or the investors from Dubai. So how would you blame the government for trying to put up a tourism activity, because it's some other form of income raising for the country, is it not? So why would the government really be blamed for trying to put up a touristic activity to raise more incomes for the country?
Well, you see, this goes back to the Agenda 1884. The agenda of the Berlin Conference is what is very much alive today in Africa. Because, like I said, the current state and the poverty state in Africa is not because Africa is poor. It's the inability for the people to have access to what they have in order to develop their own lives in their own ways. And another definition of a poor man is the inability for you to earn more than what is the inability for you to earn more than what you spend. If you look at the nature of the investment, Africa is spending more than what they are earning. So who is benefiting from the investment in the Maasai clans? It is the West, it's not the African people. So we have to be very clear on this. This is what I try to always say, that if we do not understand the strategy of colonialism in Africa, we will not understand what is absolutely happening today. The intention here is to keep 85% of the African population under abject poverty in a particular condition, in order for you to make that profit and exploit the people by using repressive government. And that's why the language of all these governments are all the same, because they are all democratic. This is absolutely another form of colonialism, dictatorship, and imperialism in Africa, because it absolutely takes away the people's values, cultures, identities. That simply means the people no longer have rights over their own lands. So it is just like asking a man to leave from a hot area and go into winter. If you are asking the people of Maasai to evict them from their land of heritage, those people are connected to nature. They are used to living in a particular way and a particular condition, which is favorable for their preservation of their own tradition and their own custom. And this is very important for us to protect and to conserve and to cultivate our values and our own tradition. To put a crown on the head of a clown would never make that clown a president. It only crowns his foolishness. Because for you to find political head of parties who became presidents, who take sole decisions in a country without consulting the masses of his people of what is their own opinion. When the government is taking such a decision, have they consulted the people of Maasai? What is their position? You cannot impose your will on others without giving them the right to decide what is good for themselves. And that is what I use the word. It is a rule of the minority over the majority. And I think that this should give us a very good lesson for us to see how damaging democracy has been today for us in Africa. It does not seek the interests of the African people. It does not protect the interests of the African people. It does not even allow bodies like AU to even speak on the behalf of the African people, because it has kept each and every one of them separately, and the West is using its own system to conquer us as a matter of fact. If you look at what the police is doing in Tanzania, who are they repressing? They are repressing the Tanzanian, the people of Maasai. If you look at our own military, who are they killing? They are killing Africans. So they have kept Africa divided separately with different identities, protecting themselves against themselves, making the West become their only friend. Everywhere in Africa, we have the same problem, conflicts here and there. And one thing which is common to us all is democracy. They do not allow us to have the same economy, the same passport, the same currency, but they want us to use the same democracy, which has always been detrimental to the African people. We have to change this system as a matter of fact. This agenda of 1884 is what is pushed by the UN, it's what is pushed by the Commonwealth, it's what is pushed by the AU. The EWF, the Ethiopian World Federation, has written to the government of Tanzania to remove all those eviction plans against the people of Maasai. It has also written to 193 other nations against what is happening to the people of Maasai. So the world, the Ethiopian World Federation is also as well making sure, which stands for the interest of all black people around the world, to protect the sovereignty of Africa. And so we are standing in solidarity as well with the Ethiopian World Federation and all the goodwill people to rise up and defend the rights of the people of Maasai, because as a matter of fact, we will not expect any other foreign organization to do it, because they all share the common interest and the common profit margin in Africa. This is a whole multi-time business of democracy in Africa. This is absolutely keeping the West up and keeping Africa down, using these repressive governments which are there to protect their own personal interests, protect the interests of their own party, and protect the interests of the one that controls their own democracy, without having to consult the masses of their population as to what they would suggest or give as their own opinion in collective, in order to push a nation forward as a people. But this is not what we're having in Tanzania. So I think that this is not only a genocide, but it is a gross wide range of human rights abuse. And the government has to stop this, because they are not in that position to evict the Maasai people who have lived in a particular place for so many generations. This